Hello friend, welcome to my channel Discover with Kim. I am Kim and I'm so excited you're here with me today. Welcome to this week's book vlog. This week we are going to talk about my March reading wrap up. So let's get into it. So in March I read 5 books and then I hit a major book slump. Like I could not pick up and read a book for the life of me for a good week, 10 days, but that is okay. I did manage to get 5 books read in March, so let's talk about them. The first book I read was The Favourites by Elaine Fargo. So I'm sure you may have seen this around. A lot of people are talking about it. It was my book of the month for January, so I will link book of the month below. Not sponsored, but if you're interested, check it out. I think you get a discount with my code, so check out book of the month. The first book I read was The Favourites. This book is about ice dancers. So let me read you the synopsis. She might not have a famous name, funding, or her family's support, but Katerina Shaw has always known that she was destined to become an Olympic skater. When she meets Heath Roca, a lonely kid stuck in the foster care system, their instant connection makes them a formidable duo on the ice. Clinging to skating and each other to escape their turbulent lives, Kat and Heath go from childhood sweethearts to champion ice dancers, captivating the world with their scorching chemistry, rebellious style, and roller coaster relationship. Until a shocking incident at the Olympic Games brings their partnership to its sudden end. As the 10-year anniversary of their final skate approaches, an unauthorized documentary reignites the public fascination with Shaw and Roca, claiming to uncover the real story through interviews with their closest friends and fiercest rivals. Kat wants nothing to do with the documentary, but she can't stand the thought of someone else defining her legacy. So after a decade of silence, she's telling her story, from the childhood tragedies that created her all-consuming bond with Heath to the clash of desires that tore them apart. Sensational rumors have haunted their every step for years, but the truth may be even more shocking than the headlines. So this book, I really enjoyed it. It goes from Katerina's point of view, and then it goes into like the documentary interview point of view from a bunch of different characters being interviewed, and I really liked that style of writing. I thought it made it into a really fast-paced book. It made it really interesting. It kind of helped you see like what was coming and see how other people were taking all the different like rumors and tragedies that were happening throughout. So I really enjoyed that part. I think I ended up giving this one 3.75 stars, I believe. I really enjoyed it, but some of like the storylines, I feel like there's just so many different like tragedies and like shocks and twists that I feel like some of them like they weren't my favorite. I wasn't like the most happy with them, but overall it did end up finishing up really strong and nicely, and I did end up really liking this book. I would recommend it. I really enjoyed learning all about like the ice dance world and all the different politics in it and all the different ways that like money kind of make a difference and all of the connections and that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed that. I would say that like you really root for all the characters. You really do. You root for them all, but also you kind of hate them all. Like they all make these choices that like makes you kind of hate them. So I feel like that kind of knocked it down a little bit for me, but I also think like you kind of had to hate all the characters for the storylines to make sense. But yeah, I did enjoy this book, and I did really like the ice dancers aspect of it, so I think it was a great like wintry, springy read that was really fun. The next book I read was A Killing Cold by Kate Alice Marshall. This again was a book of the month. It was also from January, so I often get several books during book of the month. Like I'll get my book of the month and then I'll get some add-ons because let's be honest, I love books. But so this one was another book of the month. It was my second read in March. It is a thriller book. Let me read you the synopsis. A whirlwind romance. When Theodora Scott met Connor, wealthy, charming, and a member of the powerful Dalton family, she fell in love in an instant. 6 months later, he's brought her to Idlewood, his family's isolated winter retreat, to win over his skeptical relatives. Stay away from Connor Dalton. Theo has tried to ignore the threatening messages on her phone, but she can't ignore the footprints in the snow outside the cabin window or the strange sense of familiarity she has about this place. Then, in a disused cabin, Theo finds something impossible. A photo of herself as a child, a photo taken at Idlewood. I've been here before. Theo has almost no recollection of her earliest years, but now she begins to piece together the fragments of her memories and realizes she is in terrible danger. Someone here has a shocking secret that they will do anything to keep hidden. And discovering what happened at Idlewood may cost Theo everything. So I really like the premise of this book. I thought it was really interesting that like she didn't remember her early years and then she goes to this place and suddenly there's a picture of her. Like how is that possible? How is that even nearly possible? So I really, really liked that. And I did really enjoy this book. I feel like it kind of pulls you in right away. Like there's not a lot of build-up that you need. Like it starts the storyline right away, which I really, really enjoyed because it helped me push right into it. I did enjoy the twists. Some of them were a bit shocking, but towards the end there was a couple extra twists at the end that I didn't really feel were necessary. I feel like the twists were good enough that like they threw in even more that you're like, okay, like whatever, like at this point I'll take whatever, because it just seems like so many different things happened in like this family and stuff that like by the end you're like, okay, yeah, sure, all right, yeah, another person did something, no big deal because everyone else did something, so whatever. But yeah, I definitely really enjoyed it, and I loved that like they tied the storylines to like stuff from her past, which I thought was really interesting, and you really do get all the answers that you're looking for before the end. You definitely start questioning like all the different characters because they're all kind of liars, so that's really interesting. I think this one I gave a 4 out of 5 stars because it pulled me in right away, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, the best thriller ever, but like I really did enjoy it and I would recommend it. It was a good fun read for the springtime, and it was relatively short, so I liked it. The third book I read was Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This one has beautiful edges. I did end up getting this one from Barnes & Noble, so this one was not a book of the month, haha. But I think that's where the pretty edges are from, is the Barnes & Noble version. This book is a young adult romance. Let me read you the synopsis. Liz Buxbaum has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next-door neighbor would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a lawn gnome's severed head in her little homemade neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones perfect for any big screen, and she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's forever crush Michael has just moved back to town and, horribly, annoyingly, he's hitting it off with Wes. Meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes, and as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perception of what happily ever after should really look like. So I thought, okay, that sounds so cute, like I'm in. And I needed like something light to read because I could just feel that like a slump was coming. So I was like, give me something light, right? So I picked this book up, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited I picked this book up. It is so stinking cute. Like, it is so stinking cute. My partner, he caught me smiling and giggling at my book so many times while I was reading this because the banter is there and the storyline is there. There's a little bit of like deep seriousness to it because of course there is, and they do well with that, but it isn't like a huge part of the book, which I really enjoyed because I like that it's a little bit lighter and fluffier, and the romance in it is just, it's really, really sweet, and I was rooting for them the whole time, and I really, really liked it. This one I'd say is probably a 4.5 out of 5 stars because I love this book. Like, I think Lynn Painter is a new favorite author for me because obsessed. I absolutely love this book. And since I love this book so much, the 4th book I read in the book of March was Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, which is actually the sequel to Better Than the Movies. So we get even more Liz and Wes in this book. And oh my gosh, it's better. It's better. Let me read you the synopsis, okay? Ready? For a few beautiful months, Wes had his dream girl, the strong-willed girl next door, Liz. But right as the two were about to set off for college to start their freshman year together, tragedy struck. Wes was left dealing with the fallout, which ultimately meant losing Liz in the process. Flash forward months later, and Wes and Liz find themselves in college together. In a healthier place now, Wes knows he broke Liz's heart when he ended things, but he is determined to make her fall back in love with him. Wes knows Liz better than anyone, and he has a foolproof plan to win her back with rom-com-worthy grand gestures she loves. Only, Liz will have none of it. Wes has to scheme like a rom-com hero to figure out how to see her. Even worse, Liz has a new friend. A guy friend. Still, Wes won't give up, adapting his clever plans and making hard and going hard to get Liz's attention and win back her affection. But after his best efforts get him nowhere, Wes is left wondering if their relationship is now really over for good. I love this book. So this book is a little bit longer than the first one. And this book goes between Wes and Liz's point of view, so you get both of their point of views in this book, which, oh my gosh, I absolutely love. Wes Bennett, oh, he has my heart. He is such a book boyfriend that I am just obsessed with. He is so sweet, and in this book, Liz is clearly her, and she's grown up a lot from the first book, which I really liked. Like, it's a couple years in the future now, and the author did a great job of like showing how she's grown and how she's grown as a person in general and as a person without Wes since they broke up. And I absolutely think this book is so stinking cute. I loved it. It's another 4.5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, it might be 4.75 out of 5 stars because I liked it better than the first one. I'll be honest. I think the first one was so adorable, but this one, since you get more Wes and more Liz, is just so cute because it's like an actual love story of the two of them falling in love again. Like, are they gonna get back together? Are they not? But it's just so cute because in the first one, it's a lot of like friendship and going after Michael, but in this one it's him going after her, so it's a love story about them, and I really love that. So I highly recommend this book. I would say you should read this one first just so you kind of get their backstory. You don't have to, but I do think that like it makes this one so much more satisfying. So I love this book. And last but not least, the final book I read in March. March was a very big romance month for me because I was just in a mood and in my head a lot. So the last book I read was The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. This is a college romance, and let me read you the back. Gigi Graham has exactly 3 goals: qualify for the women's national hockey team, win Olympic gold, and step out of her famous father's shadow. So far so good, except for 2 little things. Fine, a little thing and a big grumpy thing. She needs to improve her game behind the net. She needs help from Luke Ryder. Ryder is 6'5", built, opinionated, rude, and sexy as hell. But he's still the enemy. Briar's new hockey co-captain has his reasons, though. The men's team just merged with a rival program, leaving Ryder with an angry roster where everyone hates one another's guts. To make matters worse, the summer coaching spot he's angling for, with the legendary Garrett Graham, is out of reach after he makes the worst possible first impression on his hero. So really, this compromise with Gigi is win-win. He helps her make the national team. She puts in a good word with her dad. The only potential snag? This bone-deep, body-numbing, mind-spinning chemistry they're trying to ignore. It's a dangerous game they're playing, but the risk just might be worth it. So, this is a college romance. It is about 2 hockey players. They both have their own issues, but they team up to go after what they want. And it turns into a romance. And honestly, it's pretty spicy. Compared to these two, which are young adult, obviously, not much spice. This, a lot more spice. Not too much spice, but a lot more spice. And I enjoyed it. I like spice in books, of course, so I was into it. I really like this relationship. I feel like it was a build-up over it. Like, they slowly got to know each other and they slowly opened up to each other. And I enjoyed that. I liked that they actually built, like, a deeper connection and it wasn't just, like, all physical. I enjoyed that. There also was good storyline, like, outside of the romance. Like, they were dealing with their own issues. Some of it I felt like could have moved a little bit faster. It was a pretty long book. It's almost 500 pages, and I feel like it could have been probably like 50, 75 pages shorter because like some of it just felt like just a little bit long and they could have moved along the storyline a little bit faster. But I did enjoy it and I liked it a lot, and I think that you get a satisfying ending to it. There was a lot of really cute banter in it. It was pretty good in that way, and I liked all the characters, and I know that it is part of a like a series by Elle Kennedy. It is a Campus Diary series. This is the first one. So I liked it, and I have the next 2, so I'm excited to read those 2. You'll probably see them sometime in a future reading vlog, but yeah, I did enjoy this one. I think this one I gave maybe 4 out of 5. I'm not exactly sure, maybe 3.75 out of 5 because I did enjoy it, but like I said, in the middle it felt a little bit long and I felt like they could have cut it down a little bit, but the storyline overall I really liked, and I really do recommend Elle Kennedy as an author. This was my first book that I read by her and I liked it a lot, so I'm really happy that I have 2 more, and then I asked for more for my birthday, so I would say that definitely recommend because she is a good romance author. And that is my March reading wrap up. So these are the 5 books I read in March. The Favorites, Killing Cold, Better Than the Movies, Nothing Like the Movies, and The Graham Effect. So there's a lot of romance this month. I'm hoping in April to switch it up a bit more with my books, have some romance, but swap out some other stuff too, because I'm just in the mood to kind of read a bunch of different genres. So I'm hoping to read a lot more in April and have a lot more books to talk to you about and a lot of different genres to talk to you guys about coming up. Hopefully I won't hit another reading slump. I got myself out of it. I am reading a book now that is super cute and it pushed me out of my reading slump. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited for what's to come. So that is my March reading wrap up. I would love to hear what you guys read in March. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you guys read in March, and let me know if you've read any of the books that I read and what you guys thought about them. Because I love to chat about books and I love to connect about books, so let me know everything about your books, okay? And let me know what you guys are reading in April because I am curious and I will take all the book recs that I can take. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. I'm so excited to keep sharing bookish stuff with you, and I think next week will either be a bookshelf reorganization or it will be a big book haul. So one of those two videos will be coming out next week, so look forward to that. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Live well, read some books, and go discover. Bye, my friends.